Everyone, I'm Dipanshu Pandey. Welcome back to my video. Welcome back to my channel. And today I am here with a very new video. It's again around the same topic, the book I am reading. So I just studied a new chapter today. This book consists of several short, very short chapters of 1 or 2 pages. So these are mainly not a detailed chapter. These chapters mainly answers the questions around the common challenges we face or the common excuses which we have when we say why we should stop thinking. So in this chapter the author has just answered the same kind of question. The question was, how can we thrive in this world without thinking? And when I first read the heading, it actually sound genuine to me. Like, yeah, that's a very logical question. But as I read the chapter, the author has given a very practical uh, answer to that. So here the author says just imagine a time when you were doing an activity which you love the most, and were you actually thinking at that time? The answer would be no, definitely no. So he keeps on describing it. He says that whenever he says that if you look at a Olympic player, so do you think that he is thinking while he is playing the game? So the answer is no. So to that point, the player or the participant, the person who is doing an activity which he totally loves, so while he is doing that, if you ask him what are you doing, so he tells, the answer would be that he is in the zone. Whatever he do, it's because he's in the moment. Okay, it's not like he is thinking now I should do this or that. So that's why it is said that do what you love, because when you are doing what you love, you don't have to put your thinking a lot, because it's the practice. He says that they have done so much practice. If you do something, just practice it, and it subconsciously get wires in your mind. So you don't have to think that this is the situation coming up and I have to do this or I have to react this way. It just, your body reacts subconsciously to that particular stimuli. Okay, so that's what he's trying to say, that if you love something, you enjoy doing it, and when you do something which you enjoy and love the most, automatically you are in the present. You are not thinking. The thoughts come and go. They're in a it's kind of a situation of flow. It comes and go. You are not pondering over it. Let's say in my case, I love to do cycling, so while I'm cycling, let's say any thought comes into my head. That sometimes it happens that while you are just having a good downhill ride, and suddenly a thought comes in that today I have to do this, but within a fraction of second it just flies away. It vanishes without intentionally letting your mind be away or separate, or intentionally separate, putting a barrier between the thought and the reality. No, you don't have to do that. It subconsciously gets vanish away. So that's what he is trying to say. If you do something what you love, you are not really thinking about it, and you can only thrive when you do something which you truly desire for. Okay, so the question was, how can we thrive in the world without thinking? If you are already doing what you love, you don't have to think. You will always thrive in it. And he says that thinking, again, they may sound cliche to you, because all of these things are connected to each other. So ultimately the conclusion will be like it's the root cause of suffering. So here again he says that we function and perform best and embody our full potential the moment we enter a state of non-thinking. And the state of non-thinking can be applied in our daily life when we are doing something which is not in our favor, or you can say which doesn't like it gives us the utmost happiness. It can be, I can't just ride cycle all day. I have got to do other chores as well. So in that moment you can try to minimize them, but it is obvious that how can I be in a state of non-thinking automatically? It can only be possible when I'm doing a thing really which really enchants me, which puts me in a state of ecstasy. So if I'll be doing that, I'll automatically thrive in it because I'm not thinking of anything. So he says that thinking leads to every kind of doubts, insecurity, ego, fear. Because we are thinking, we are also thinking about all of these things. All these things are just limiting you. They are just putting a barrier over your potential. So you can only thrive in a state of non-thinking when you are at a moment of non-thinking. So it is obvious the thing which you love will put you in a state of that, but you can start cultivating and reaping these habits of not thinking in your daily life, even while doing things which you don't extremely enjoy, but somehow they have to be done. They are a part of life. So I'm trying to say is mostly focus on things which you love to do, but because automatically you will be in that state of ecstasy at that moment and you will thrive. But when you are not in that moment, when you are not doing that thing, you will find yourself doing zillion of those kinds of tasks because we have got to do in a day. So if you start cultivating step by step, and gradually you will find yourself that you are in a complete ecstasy in your entire day. And I'm trying to put the efforts. And what kind of efforts? As I said in my previous video, you can't really just intentionally stop thinking. You don't have to put any kind of energy, mental energy into stopping your mind from thinking. All you can do is be acceptance. That's the effort which it requires, to be aware and accept the reality and make yourself aware that you are thinking. And as you get to know, you will accept it and you will put a boundary. So yeah, that was all about it. So you can thrive. Honestly, you can thrive without thinking as well. So don't overdo it, and only do it when it is necessary. Most of the time we are just doing it recklessly. We are recklessly thinking, and which was not even required in the first instance. So just try to minimize it as much as you can, and you will be at complete peace and in harmony with yourself, and you will let go of that ego, fear, insecurity, whatever is holding you back. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you will find this video helpful and a bit motivating. I don't want you to reach out to my videos as a refuge, or refuse to my video as a source of motivation, because external motivation can never help you. So motivation should come from within, and it can only be and you can be self motivated only when you have the knowledge, when you know yourself. So I'm just trying to make you aware of yourself. What is the generic things? I can't go dive into what you actually are. This can only be done by you only. So I can just make you aware of the generic things which are prevalent in our society, which are quite common. So yes, thinking is quite common. I'm not sure about what used to happen in the prehistoric or in the previous, like, centuries ago. Maybe were in a state of thinking or not. Maybe they were, because our mind thinks because it has got a thing to say ourselves. So thinking came out. The origin of thinking happened because our mind wanted us to survive. So as a reflex to it, the mind got evolved and started thinking so that we can make some arrangements to make us survive in those harsh situations. But those are not the same situations right now, so we should be evolved now to minimize our thinking. So thank you for watching, and keep working hard on yourself, and develop your personality. Thank you for watching. Hope you will find this video helpful and share with your friends who you think are in need of it. I think mostly everyone is in need of it. So thank you for watching.